You are our game MVP tonight, and first off, is that the most touchdowns you've ever scored in a game? 5 of them?
I think that is. I think that's the most I've ever had in one game.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible performance tonight, and you do it weathering all of this rain. How are you able to be so successful despite the fact that it was slippery out there?
Man, well, it starts with a good week of practice, right? We come out every week, go over the game plan and practice with my guys. I got to give it thanks to my O-line. It starts right there. But, other than that, you just got to make it happen.
Yeah, and we saw you a lot last year. You were really impactful for this Lincoln team, and now this year you've it seems like you stepped it up an even bigger notch. How have you been able to do it?
Man, the offseason, just got to put in some extra work. I had to get faster, because, at the end of the day, there's bigger games than this. We want to take it all the way. The past 2 years we've been, kind of stuck up in the same round, so, we want to improve and make it further this year.
And how do you feel like you guys are going to be able to do that this year?
I feel good. We took a few L's early in the season. I feel like we picked it up since then. As long as our guys, keep coming out, doing what they're doing, I think we're good. I feel good about the rest of the season.
What makes this team a little bit unique from the other teams that you've played with in the past?
Man, I feel like this year, just me being a senior, I can spit a lot of wisdom to the young guys, and, they take it well, right? So we come out here every week, Sione, he's a leader. So we all come out, we put it up together, come out with a game plan, work it out.
And what was that like playing in front of Andrew Luck a couple of weeks ago? That must have been pretty exciting.
That was exciting. Man, sadly, we came out with a loss, but
yeah.
it was a great experience.
What's it been like for you, the college experience, looking ahead? Obviously, there's still a lot of football to be had, but there's still the college game that are you planning on playing?
I am planning on going to the next level. I'm still kind of letting the wind decide where I'm trying to go, kind of walk on at the Division 1 level. That's the goal. I don't really have a lot of looks right now, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, after getting 5 touchdowns, there's certainly going to be some people. I think they've got to be messaging you or calling you after this.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, what's it, 20 total touchdowns on the season overall?
I think that is about 20 now.
Yeah. You had 14 coming into this game on the ground, 1 through the year, and then you get the 5-piece tonight. Which one of your touchdowns was your favorite one tonight?
Probably the little 40-yard one I had all year. That was a good run right there. I think that was my favorite.
And what did you see on that play?
Man, I just saw the hole. I just hit it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you have a great offensive line, too. They do such a great job of not just keeping you clean. Mm-hmm. You have Emmanuel back there. Right. You guys are a little thunder and lightning action. Right. And then you have Sione, too.
Yes,
he shows off the legs a little bit and typically is a great passer as well.
Yes, sir.
Give some credit to the O-line.
Of course. Yeah, man, I love my O-line. They know I love them. I come out every week. I love them boys. And on my heart, it starts with them.
And Dre Fatali was a big leader of this team last year. And but who are some of the other leaders on this team this year?
Man, Anthony Mancow, he's a leader. He comes out every week. Sione, Emmanuel, all them guys. And a lot of the seniors, they're taking part. We're trying. We're coming together every week.
And you guys feel like this is the closest you guys have been all year?
I do. I feel like after taking them losses, it really helped us pick up, the next few weeks. And we realized, we got to step it up now or it ain't going to be no next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know you guys had a movie night recently. What was the movie and how was that experience?
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, but that's okay. Maybe next time you guys.
Next time.
Maybe this weekend, too, before you guys rest up for the round of 32. Right. What's it like now shifting gears into, obviously you had to shift into that loser out mentality this week, but now it's the round of 32 up ahead.
Right, man. So, it's my senior year, so I'm going to come out every game and give it all I got like it's my last one. The goal is to take it all the way there. I think we're going to shock a lot of people this year. I think we're coming in as a lower seed this year, so people are sleeping on us. But, that's kind of what I want. I want to be the underdogs. I want to shock some people this year.
Is that what the whole team wants? They want to be that underdog, really lean into it?
Yes.
So who do you emulate anybody's running style in either the NFL or college?
Man. I feel like sometimes, I can get out of there, I can get fast. Other than that, I'm like a power back, like a Bo Jackson. So I think I'm like a Bo Jackson.
Oh boy, I love that. I think of Lindale White when I see you run. Okay. Lindale White played for USC in the mid 2000s, and boy, he was a really good running back there. So that's a guy that I see when I see you running. And you are also really fast. You don't just have power. You really turn on the jets, especially when you get into the secondary. How do you attribute that? How do you work on that speed to have that go with that power?
Man, so last year I ended up running track. And when I ran track, that took my speed to the whole next level.
I mean, everybody runs track on this team, right?
Right,
I mean, you have a whole bunch of speedsters, some state champions too, as well on the team. And Coach Matsumoto's done such a wonderful job. What's it like playing for Coach?
Man, Coach is very inspirational. I think he takes a lot of things into his hands, and he's the most selfless person I know. He's always putting the team first. You never got a second think Coach Matt, not wanting this because, he wants it more than all of us.
And who's the players that keeps things light and keeps things fun and is cracking jokes, having a good time out there?
Man, all my guys, man. All my guys can keep it fun out there. Crack a joke once in a while. Sometimes we get a little bit loose, but we can turn it up. And
Yeah, and then some of the other guys out there that were making some big plays. How about Ramon Jones Jr. nearly had the punt return for a touchdown, and then he finishes off that run for the pick six.
Sir.
And a couple of other guys coming off the bench.
Man.
You guys were about as noisy in the fourth quarter as you were in the first quarter out there.
Yeah, that's the goal. Come out, play quarters 1 through 4. We got to come out, give it our all. You know what I'm saying?
All right, last one. What do you guys need to do to continue to shock the world, surprise some people, and get yourselves to Husky Stadium?
Man, we just got to come out every week, put together a game plan. Got to be focused during practice, and play like it's our last because it could be.
Well, you guys certainly played like that tonight. A nearly flawless performance, and every single time the first unit was out there on offense, you guys scored a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
So pretty much a perfect game for you guys, but I'm sure there's still some things Coach Matsumoto is going to want to look at on Monday.
Of course. That's how he is.
All right, well, you are our game MVP, Jadeon. It's been a pleasure to cover you over the past couple of years, and, hey, best of luck moving forward.
Appreciate you.
All right, you can go celebrate with your teammates. That's Jadeon Scranton Jr., our game MVP.